It's every parent's dream to see their child succeed in life and perhaps live a life filled with happiness, fulfillment, and opportunities they themselves never had. For Samwel Wanjiru, who was raised in abject poverty, that dream came true through hard work and determination. However, too much money and vast amount of wealth in his young age tragically turned to a fatal ending. At 24 years, Samwel Wanjiru earned about 20 million Kenya shillings as an appearance fee per race and has secured some of the top brand sponsorship, which earned him about 255 million Kenya shillings, making him one of the top paid Kenyan athletes at the time. However, his sudden rise from rags to riches led to destructive behaviors which were associated with pride, infidelity, and too much drinking, and before he knew it, the sweet story of rags to riches tragically turned to a fatal ending when he fell to his death at his home in May of 2011 after he was caught in bed with his side chick by his wife. So, did Kamau fall or did he jump or was he pushed down from the balcony? Let's find out. Samwel Kamau Wanjiru was born on 10th November 1986 in Nyahururu, Laikipia County. He was the firstborn in a family of two, born to Hannah Wanjiru. Kamau was known to be reserved, quiet and obedient. Raised by a single mother, Samwel's upbringing was marked by financial challenges. His education journey started in a local school, but when his mother could no longer afford school fees, he dropped out at around 12 years old. However, he seemed to be lucky because by the time he dropped from the school, Robert Kioni, who was a coach, noticed that he was talented and he immediately started training him. 3 years later, Samwel participated in cross-county championship in Nairobi and he secured a third place, an accomplishment that captured the interest of a Japanese talent scout, Kobayashi, who was at the championship and was responsible for recruiting promising young athletes to join high school in Japan as well as attending advanced training. He then relocated to Japan on 4th May 2002 under scholarship where he joined Gakin High School in Japan. While in Japan, he excelled in various cross-county championships where he won the Fukuoka International Race in 2003 and Chiba International Cross County in 2004, catching the eye of Toyota, who signed him under the year's code in 2004. Back in Nyahururu, Kenya, Samwel had a romantic relationship with his high school girlfriend Teresa Jerry, and in 2005, Samwel married Teresa in come-with-same marriage setup. He then left Teresa with his mother, and he returned to Japan where he was preparing for Rotterdam Half Marathon. Luckily, he ran, won and broke the world's record at Rotterdam Half Marathon in Netherlands, where he bagged a prize of 10 million Kenya shillings, money that he never dreamt of at the age of 18 years. In 2008, at the Beijing Olympics, he broke another world record after finishing the marathon in 2 hours 6 minutes and 32 seconds, becoming the first Kenyan to win an Olympic gold in marathon and the youngest gold medalist in the marathon since 1932. This win earned him fame and celebrity status, which changed his entire life. He became a national hero and was sought after by the top country's brand. He was gifted about 1.5 million Kenya shillings by President Kibaki and Safaricom. It is estimated that from this one win, Kamau bagged about 80 million Kenya shillings, money that helped him build a luxurious home for his young family, build a palatial home for his mother, invest in dairy farming, and on top, he quitted running for Toyota and he went independent. Kamau was destined for more achievements because an year later, he won the Chicago Marathon and he collected about 20 million Kenya shillings in time and prize bonuses. It was now clear that money was not a problem at all. He used his fortune to support poor Kenyans, and particularly a Nyahururu children's home where his mother used to work. Giving became his secondary source of fame. As an Olympic champion, brands, both commercial and political, were looking for a partnership with him. He became a star globally, something that confused the young Wanjiru, who had gotten into celebrity status and with too much money. He started associating himself with so many people in the name of friends. He also started having extramarital affairs, and he changed from a soft-spoken, humble man to a boastful man, and in one case, Kamau stepped on tomatoes and potatoes at a local market in Nyahururu town, and he paid the vendors double their stock. He indulged in too much drinking whenever he was not training. Back at home, he started threatening to kill his wife severally because he wanted to marry again. Triza started pressuring Kamau to officiate their marriage through a church wedding, but Kamau did not want. What Triza didn't know is that Kamau's mother had found another girl whom she wanted Kamau to marry, and he was eyeing another lady. Being a mommy's boy, Kamau, who seemed to have everything on his fingertips, got entangled in this plan, and this would now be the root of their disagreement. In 2009, Kamau started a romantic relationship with Mary Wachera, a colleague he used to train with at Eldoret training base. He officiated their relationship when he legally married her in December 2009 as his second wife. This, however, left too much pain to Triza because to her, this was a betrayal. They continued fighting and disagreeing, but Kamau didn't care at all. He bought Mary a posh home in Muthaiga Estate in Nyahururu, the same estate Triza used to live in. Those who knew Kamau and Triza said that Kamau's mother, Triza and Mary Wachera, frequently quarreled over Kamau's wealth, and they all wanted undivided attention, which Kamau couldn't provide. Kamau and Mary Wachera were blessed with their firstborn daughter, which now made Triza accept that Mary was her co-wife. In December 2010, Kamau, furiously looking, visited Triza at their home while he was drunk, and he threatened to kill her together with her domestic manager with his AK-47 that he had illegally acquired. Triza and her domestic manager fled to the guard house, whereby the guard helped them hide in an incomplete house that was in their compound. Kamau ran towards the guard, and he hit him with the butt of the gun on his cheek and on the right hand. Triza then narrowly escaped from the house, and she reported the matter to Nyahururu police station. The police then went to Kamau's house, where they found him with the firearm, and they arrested him. He was then released on a bond of 300,000 Kenya shillings as the investigation started. The court case halted Kamau's training plans, as he used to be on and off from the court. This case was set to be mentioned on January 10, 2011, and the hearing date was set to be on March 14, 2011, but before the date, Triza withdrew her assault accusations, saying that the couple had mended their disagreement. Following the withdrawal, Kamau threw a lavish party at Carnival Restaurant in Nairobi, which was held on Valentine's Day, and this was to show the public that there was no longer conflicts or bad blood between the couple. Life afterwards slowly went back to normal for Triza, but for Kamau, he continued with having extramarital affairs despite having married 2 wives. On May 15, 2011, just 3 months after the party, Kamau visited the home of his pregnant side chick, Judy Wamboi, at Kitty Estate in Nakuru. Judy said that Kamau was in good moods and only stayed for an hour before leaving for the house he shared with his first wife, Triza, stating that he had an urgent matter to attend to. Few minutes after leaving, he called his other side chick, Jane Dunta, to accompany him to his matrimonial home. Kamau and Dunta met at a local pub where Jane was working as a bartender. It is said that the two had been in a romantic relationship for a few months, and Kamau had assured Jane of marrying her. On that particular day, Kamau and Jane left to his matrimonial home in Muthaiga Estate in Nyahururu, and coincidentally, Triza was not there. He told Dunta that he was no longer with Triza and that she would now become his wife. He also told Jane that Triza's house now belonged to her, and this made Jane Dunta feel comfortable in this space. In her mind, Dunta knew that he was now married to Kamau, and the two proceeded to sleep in Triza's bedroom. Triza, who had spent the whole day with Kamau's cousin, James Mara, arrived home at around 1 a.m. She said that she first went to the kitchen to grab a cup of tea before proceeding to the master bedroom upstairs. With her cup of tea, Triza found lights on, with Kamau soundly sleeping, and next to him lied a woman, Jane Dunta, whom Triza had not seen or known her. Triza asked Jane whom she was, and Jane shouted to her that she was Samwel Kamau's new wife. According to Triza, Jane jumped from the bed and held her tightly around the neck in an attempt to strangle her. She pushed Jane on the bed and she ran outside the bedroom and locked the door behind her with a padlock. She also ran outside the house, and by the time she was heading towards the gate, she heard Kamau heavily intoxicated, commanding her to open the padlock. Teresa then left the gate and locked it with a padlock, and she headed to Nyahururu police station to report the matter. According to Jane Duta, Kamau left to the balcony where he jumped from their one-story home and landed on his head. When Teresa came back with the police, they found Kamau, who was not moving, oozing blood from his nose and mouth, and they took him to Nyahururu District Hospital. While he was in the hospital, Kamau succumbed to the injuries he sustained, and this led to an investigation with three possibilities. Was he pushed from the balcony, or he willingly jumped down, or he was murdered and thrown from the balcony? Both Teresa and Jane recorded their statements, and the police went back to Wanjiru's home, where they took photos of where he had allegedly landed. According to an inconclusive autopsy, Dr. Moses Njue, a government pathologist, noted that Samwel Wanjiru died from a blunt injury to his head that could have been caused by the impact on the ground or by being hit with a heavy object. However, he noted that Kamau's body had injuries on the palms and knees, and also he had an injury on the back of his head. The toxicology report found that Kamau was heavily intoxicated during his demise, and this would have led to the heavy bleeding he bled when he fell. Another unexplainable query was that the statements by Teresa and Jane were inconsistent. The investigators failed to secure all the places that had blood stains, and so they did not identify whether the blood really belonged to Kamau. The case into Samwel Wanjiru's sudden death ran for 9 years, and in February 2022, a Milimani Law Court magistrate, Wendy Kangendo, ordered that the Director of Public Prosecutions, Nordin Haji, to close the inquest, citing that it had taken too long. The case was closed in 2023, barely 10 years after Wanjiru's death, and what remains a mystery is what exactly killed the Olympian, Samwel Wanjiru. What do you think happened to Kamau? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Sadly, Samwel Wanjiru's life stands as a cautionary tale of how the pursuit of wealth and fame without discipline can lead to dire consequences. Our deepest condolences go out to his family and friends, and may his soul rest in peace. Thanks for watching, and until next time, bye bye.